and that's going in the division
Yep.
to you, Serge. I think a big mistake the Jets. This is the topic I made. A big mistake that the Jets made was starting Zach Wilson too early. And I think as a Jets fan, you've seen it kind of pan out. What are your thoughts on how they've kind of dealt with Zach Wilson so far?
I'd say it's been disappointing, but I think obviously no one's gonna say it. But I think he actually has improved, Zach Wilson. Like, because he's been a lot more. I mean,
I haven't seen it in the stats. I don't watch the Jets though, so like
no. I think
so I don't know.
In game, I think he's been a more cautious with the ball. I realize that he's not at BYU anymore, but I think at the same time,
definitely
he
not at
probably
BYU.
shouldn't have. And I think maybe all of us, me in particular, gave him a bit too much credit for being an NFL-ready quarterback, which actually, really, he wasn't.
I don't know why we thought that.
Really, none of the quarterbacks really have looked NFL ready except for Mac Jones. I said Mac Jones was the most NFL ready quarterback.
I think everybody.
That's true. I guess everybody said that.
I mean,
but
Trevor Lawrence, but
the thing is, everybody said Mac Jones was NFL ready. The question is whether or not you thought he was good, and nobody else thought he was good.
I think though with Zach Wilson, he's been kind of put in a. I mean. Correct, but like I think he's been put in a position where it's so hard to succeed when you're playing on the Jets, but you're also kind of again being forced to kind of learn as you play. And
I'm
I think
play devil's advocate. If your opinion, can you put that the same on Tua though? Because you look at the dysfunction he's been in.
I think, well, that's fair, but I think also we said that Tua was an NFL-ready quarterback going in straight away. He should have been, and also he actually also had a mentor that he was able to handhold, Ryan Fitzpatrick,
right.
and Zach Wilson hasn't had that. I mean, I guess Joe Flacco, but he didn't come till mid-season, and I think really it's just been a very difficult ride for Zach Wilson. But I think also while he was injured, I think he did pick up a bit more stuff. I think he kind of became a bit more seasoned. We've seen like how he started the past few games. I mean, the final stat line doesn't look as great, but when he's how he started the game against the Eagles or how he started the game with the Dolphins, he was starting very, very well. He was very impressive. He was making good decisions with the ball. And obviously, I think he didn't play very well against the Saints, but even that game, he didn't start terribly. I think he's really improving how to start games. I think one of the other problems really that's happening with the Jets is that we're failing to make adjustments in the second half. I think he's also going under a lot of pressure. The completion
percentage is bad.
The completion percentage is very, very, very bad.
Okay, now
here's but I think he's been put in situations where the throws when he's had to drop back, I think some of the looks. I mean, the best. I don't know what his name is on TikTok. He's like a 12-year-old kid who's a Jets fan, and just he's breaking down that early Patriots game where it was like Zach Wilson threw like 4 picks, and it was like the tight end was just standing still. The two offensive linemen were blocking one guy.
I think it was 3 guys blocking one.
No one was
blocking the other 2, and there were 2 guys like standing there like looking at each other. Corey Davis then
like
popped it up and then didn't know how to jump up.
So I think again, it's taking it within context, taking in the bad performances within context. But I think to me, you know, maybe it was we had keeping Joe Flacco at the beginning of the year and starting him. Or not Mike White. You're not going to start Mike White.
I don't know if he's
Mike White's the franchise quarterback.
I only thought that for
All right, so now here's an interesting thing to look at. Your opinions on Josh Allen? Is he a top 5 quarterback in the NFL?
I gotta think of all of them.
Okay, but just without like having to look at all of the other ones, Josh Allen, I think yes, is probably a top 5 quarterback.
I'd say
but he's borderline. It's close. So either way, he's a quarterback that's capable of winning a Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
This season, in 10 games, Zach Wilson has 1,911 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions on 56.2% completion percentage. Josh Allen in his rookie season had a whopping in 12 games, 52.8% completion percentage. That's 3.5 points lower than Zach Wilson. Just 2,074 yards. That's in 2 more games. 10 touchdowns, just 3 more touchdowns in those 2 games, and 12 interceptions. So Josh Allen arguably didn't look better than Zach Wilson in his rookie season. I think it's very close. I don't know who I would pick if I'm looking at which rookie quarterback I'd rather have. Then Josh Allen made that step and threw for 20 touchdowns, 9 picks with an extra 1,000 yards, completion percentage bumped up by 6 points, and then again by 11 points next season when he threw for 37 touchdowns and 10 picks.
Yeah, it's all about that jump.
Could we see that growth? I don't know. I don't know if we can
that
see
was
that
different
much.
to you. What do you see in Zach Wilson year 2? Year 1, not much is going to improve.
I think what happened though with Josh Allen is his supporting cast and the organization progressively got better. He was set up with a better defense in the second year and kind of had an offense that was slightly improved. In the third year, they go and get Stephon Diggs. They make some additions to the offensive line. They become a very, very good team.
Yeah, because to me,
and Josh Allen becomes a very, very good quarterback. And I think Zach Wilson kind of needs that. I think right now what we got to do is we got to kind of bulk up the offensive line a bit more.
Yep,
I
agree.
We don't need a number one receiver yet, but I think we should go for
I think you do.
What I think is really unfortunate about Zach Wilson,
I think with the amount of issues,
you saw with the Bills, they were like, okay, we're locking in on Josh Allen. Let's go get Stephon Diggs. Let's go do this. Let's go do that.
But it was a gradual thing. It wasn't like make all the moves year one. You got to make the right moves.
They made them. So it was Josh Allen came in, Tremaine Edmonds came in. He's another young guy they drafted. Tre'Davious White. Drafting.
Their drafting was great.
With Rousseau and
Matt Milano.
The year before, AJ Epineza. Matt Milano. Then they brought in on offense Stephon Diggs, and they're really trying with that running back. They brought in Devin Singletary and Zach Moss.
They
didn't pan out well. They're trying.
I can tackle Devin Singletary.
No, they're trying, and that's the point. They're really making moves to support Josh Allen. It's not working out in that running back position, but it's working everywhere else.
I think the Jets will make moves, and I think again we have a smart organization.
But the thing is, they said they were going to make moves this year too, and the biggest player they went for was Corey Davis, who has been awful.
Carl Lawson
bigger than Corey Davis.
Yeah, Carl Lawson was our biggest move. We needed an edge rusher. We went out and paid.
But has Carl Lawson been that good?
I think Carl Lawson would make a significant difference.
I think what the thing is that he was built to fit the 4-3 system that we were going to run. He was going to thrive from kind of taking on like one-on-ones with the tackles when we had John Franklin Myers, Philip Hakasi, Sheldon Rankins, and Quinn Williams all on the defensive line. I think he would have feasted. And I think he will come back from the Achilles injury. But
will he be as good? Like I think
he will be.
Even if they made that, even if I'm sorry that Carl Lawson move was bigger, like was it a big move?
Not a huge move, but I think that's why we also want to solidify a lot of more pieces. I think we're in a better position this year than we were in last year because I think we have, even though we still have a lot of needs, I think we have less needs. I think what we need to get right now to really stabilize this defense, because I think this defense, we do have a lot of issues there. I think we've got to get linebacker, because what the Bills have really was great is that they've had linebackers that have kind of almost changed the identity of this team. When we saw, obviously, said Milano, Edmonds.
Yeah,
probably one.
I mean, just the two of them alone, it's been good.
I think the Jets, maybe Devin Lloyd, maybe something like that. Nakobe Dean.
But again, like the Bills made big moves, the Jets made moves.
No, I wouldn't say the Bills. I mean, before
the Bills made big moves. Stephon Diggs and Tre'Davious White are big moves.
But that's a draft.
But they did well drafting.
Exactly. That's what I think we need to do. But I'm saying in terms of big free agency moves, the Bills didn't make a big move until Stephon Diggs. I don't think we need to make a big move yet. I think we got to still kind of take our time.
Yeah.
And I think we've got to kind of continue to fill the needs that we need to fill. And I think right now the position that you're in the Jets, you don't need to go for that one elite players. You got to go for the many solid players.
Yeah, there's different approaches at it because I think the Bills, you look at the pros and cons of going for Stephon Diggs was, okay, we got an elite receiver, but then there's not much else around us. So I think, again, going back to the Zach Wilson and in terms of should we have started him?
But who else would they have started? That's my...
I think Flacco, but I know they didn't have him. But again, that would have been
a bad situation. I know they rushed him, but if they weren't going to start him,
I don't know how we didn't see that in hindsight. He's from BYU. Wyatt, I mean,
they drafted him number 2. They shouldn't want to bench him, but they kind of needed to. Trey Lance was benched because they've got Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Justin Fields was benched because they had Andy Dalton. But I'm not benching my rookie quarterback who I drafted at number 2 for Joe Flacco.
No, I think there's where I disagree.
I think they should have, but they should have gone and gotten somebody else.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they draft Kellen.
I personally would not have started Joe Flacco. I would have gone out and gotten a quarterback knowing that my 21-year-old quarterback is coming out of BYU.
Yeah, that's why
and has not played anyone good in his career.
Yeah. Besides Coastal Carolina.
Sorry. But I just don't know. Serge, any final thoughts on the Jets right now?
I think right
coaching,
now we've
big
got
part.
I think we've got a lot of issues to fill, but I think at the moment, I think our coaches. I still trust in our coaches right now. I think he's been. I think our coaches are kind of learning on the job. I think Salah got COVID, that was bad, but I think he's been learning on the job as he's been coaching. I think LaFleur has improved really as an offensive coordinator, has given Zack a bit more to work with. I think when we get fully healthy, I think we will be a much better team. And I think in 2 years, I think we can be a solid football team because we have a lot more promise than a lot of people will give us credit for. Because we've got a lot of solid young pieces. We got Mekhi Becton, Elijah Vera Tucker.
Is Mekhi Becton? Has he been playing?
There's been no update on him, so I think he might be out for the year. And I think he could play if he wanted
Walking injury.
Yeah, I mean,
I think, but that was one injury. And also, all I'm gonna say is that I think we could have played this season, but I think the reason why they don't want to is the meaningless games. Why not? Why play?
Sure. Why take away your good draft pick, right? So, Serge, one last question. So let's say right now the Jets have picked 4 and pick 8. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's say Tibbs, Hutchinson, and Stingley are the first 3 picks. Who are you taking at number 4?
Who's the options?
Tibbs, Stingley, and Hutchinson are all gone.
Oh no, they're gone.
They're gone.
I thought you said like
who else is going early? So you've got like guys like obviously Kyle Hamilton and top offensive linemen.
See, originally I had Hamilton at number 3, but now I think about it, I kind of regret that pick a bit because I feel like as good of
the Jets could use Stingley more though. I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. But
so I'm saying Stingley's gone. Obviously, Stingley's your pick at 4 if he's there.
Gone. I feel like offensive line. I would really want to trade down in that situation.
Trade down?
I would. That's what I'd be really in favor for. Because what I want to do is I maybe trade down to like right after our Seahawks pick and maybe take Linderbaum because I think he would have a huge impact. But at 4, that's not good.
So if you've got to settle on one name, who are you taking at 4?
I'd probably maybe Ekwonu. I know I like Neal more, but Ekwonu can also play interior, and I feel like interior is still a pretty good need. And I think we also need versatility.
I have to watch his tape. I don't know how good he is, but I know he's.
I think he's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty good, but I probably go Neal or Ekwonu, but I think tackle isn't as big of a need because we've got Fan who's played very well this season. You got Morgan Moses and you got Mekhi Becton. I think Moses might be out of contract this season, but yeah, personally I would. Yeah, probably Ekwonu. But my first instinct would be to trade down.
Yeah. Okay, so then we see Giants, Panthers, and then back to the Jets. I want the Giants right now to draft probably Evan Neal and Karlaftis if those are the 2 guys that are there, which would leave the Panthers with, I don't really know, maybe Charles Cross?
Yeah.
Charles Cross, Evan Neal would still. Wait, no.
No, I'm taking Neal for the Giants. Maybe Cross, maybe Nakobe Dean. Quarterback. Okay, so let's say we see quarterback go, then the Jets pick again.
Linderbaum.
At that point, Linderbaum.
I love Linderbaum. I think.
Yeah.
I know it's
over Cross,
and a lot of people. Yeah, definitely. I think. Although we've already taken Ekwonu there.
If you take an Ekwonu, like that's my.
But I think maybe we go corner. Maybe we go Andrew Booth.
McDuffie potentially.
No, not McDuffie.
No, not
I mean,
McDuffie
I know a lot
early.
of people like McDuffie, but I think personally I prefer Booth over him. I'm surprised not a lot of people.